Okay, let's see where this goes. I'll tell you a story. This is a true story. It's a funny story. And it's a terrifying story. I was teaching a class at a school that will remain unnamed, but the initials are Cornell University. And I had about 25 kids in this class. And if you teach, or if you've been a student, I'm talking about. Everybody comes to a class, and the first day they pick a spot where they sit or where they put their books down or whatever, and that's their spot. They go back there, We're teaching this class in a dance studio, and so one day. We're waiting for the students to come in, and one of the students came in, a young woman, if I recall correctly, and she came over and started to chat with us. And for whatever reason, she just sat down on the floor right there, and so we're talking to the student sitting down on the floor. When the next student came in, put his books down and saw where we were, and so he came over and sat down on the floor with this other student. And the devil whispered in my ear, and he says, "Let's have some fucking fun with this." So I said to these two students, sit Indian style like you are, and just hold hands, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now the student came in, put their shit down over in the corner, saw where we were, came over and sat down and joined hands. Another student came in, sat down, joined hands. Now the first two students are looking at me going, "What's going on?" Right? But they were cool. They stayed mum. To make a long story slightly less long, every student in that class, so 20, 24, however many there was, every one of them came down, sat in the circle, and joined hands. As if it were the most normal fucking thing in the world to do. So after everybody was there, I decided I would explain to the class why the first two students who came to class were giggling. And I told them the story of the five gorillas. You probably know this story. I'll give you a quick recap just so we're on the same page. There's 5 gorillas in a cage, and they hang a banana from the ceiling. Gorillas love bananas, so they go after the banana. But every time the gorillas go after the banana, somebody hits them with a fire hose. And pretty soon, they stop going for the banana. Okay. As soon as they have learned not to go for the banana, they take one of those gorillas out. They put a strange gorilla in, right? So the new gorilla sees banana. He goes for the banana. You know what the other gorillas do? They beat the shit out of him, right? Until he stops going for the banana, right? Then they take another original gorilla out, and they substitute a new gorilla. He sees the banana. He goes for it. Boom, they stop it, right? So pretty soon we take all the original gorillas out. And now we have all second generation gorillas. And we take one of them out and put a third generation gorilla in. And he sees the banana, and he goes for the banana, and the other gorillas beat the shit out of him. Now what's happening here that's interesting is the second generation gorillas, who are now preventing the third generation gorilla from going for the banana, the second generation gorillas are gorillas who have never been hit by a fire hose. They have no fucking idea why they're not going for that banana. It's just, they don't. It's tradition. If you haven't looked up Solomon Ash on group conformity, you need to check that out. So anyway, this was our gorilla experiment, and then for the rest of the semester, gorilla reference became our sort of in-joke in the class and a reference we used. So there's a couple of things about this. And this was unplanned. It was just a spontaneous moment of absurdity. But there's a couple of things about it. One is, to what extent, you must ask yourself this question, to what extent is what I do because other people are doing it? I may think I'm thinking for myself. I'm deciding not to go for the banana. But the truth is, I'm with a bunch of gorillas that never go with the banana. And woe be unto him who tries. Maybe I haven't gotten the shit beat out of me for going for the banana, but I've seen it happen to somebody else. So I know damn well I'm not going for any bananas, thank you very much. Right? To what extent is your behavior determined by the group behavior? To what extent is what you believe the product of a group belief that you have just been hammered into you and you've just adopted for your very own, as if you thought of it yourself? That's pretty scary. As a teacher, that's terrifying. Look how easy it is to manipulate people. How easy it is to shape your students' behavior. And if you can do it for their benefit, you can sure as hell do it to their detriment too. What's the difference between esprit de corps on a fencing team and the Hitler Youth? What's the difference? Well, the difference is your despot benevolent or not? And there ain't no guarantees. So the same ritual and structure and function and group identity and group spirit and all that stuff that we love to wave the flag about, that's the same beast that will eat you alive on the flip side. So you need to be very, very fucking careful with this stuff. Maybe that's all I have to say about that.